Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. So get this, a psychologist who happens to be 53 years old, who works at Tavistock Clinic, remains free to practice despite being caught grooming a schoolboy aged 15 years old for you know what in a park. So yes, this person is allowed to continue practice being a psychologist, but yet Jordan Peterson, because he's critical of dingbats and disgusting, despicable humans, evil humans like this guy, Jordan has to undergo DEI nonsensical woke training again because apparently Jordan Peterson's wrong about individuals like this. Jordan Peterson's not allowed to be critical of transing kids, or he's not allowed to be critical of Justin Trudeau. Yet they want to take away his license, but this person's still allowed to keep his license and remain free to practice, even though he was caught grooming a 15-year-old in a park. So it seems to be nowadays, it's a utopia for the ones that are actually groomers. Who would have thought? You know, good has become evil and evil has become good. We're there, ladies and gentlemen. We've got to get used to it, unfortunately, because it's going to get worse. That's what the Bible said. But anyway, these people don't deserve to breathe, let alone practice psychology. Here we go. A child psychologist at the controversial Tavistock Hospital Trust remains free to practice despite being caught grooming a schoolboy for you know what in the park. Dr. Ross Kennedy, was entrusted to treat youngsters' mental health. Wouldn't you just let's pause here for a second. He was entrusted to treat youngsters' mental health, but yet he's going and grooming a young 15-year-old boy for you know what in a park. There's so much I could say about that, but if I do say it, this video will get taken down by all, believe me. As a lead psychologist at the Tavistock and Portman NHS Foundation Trust, which became infamous for its gender clinic, helping children to transition to a different sex. Is it any wonder why this person ended up the way that he is? He's at a place that wants to chop up and mutilate innocent young kids, and yet he wants to go out there and seek disgusting, despicable pleasure for himself from a 15-year-old boy. Kennedy was snared by a group of self-styled pedophile hunters. I like that. Well done. And that's what you got to do nowadays. You got to be your own self-made individual and catch these creeps and predators in the act yourself, because the cops aren't going to do it. No way. In an online sting after he sent sexually explicit messages to a youngster who told him he was aged 15 years old. Just sick, twisted, and despicable. But I'm going to get away with it because I'm 53 years old and I work at the Tavistock Clinic, so I'm allowed to do it. No, you're not, mate. Oh, boy. The 53-year-old psychologist met up with his would-be victim in a Nando's restaurant, then arranged to go to a local park to have you know what. The pair were ambushed by members of a vigilante group posing as friends of the youngster who had been monitoring their interactions, a court heard. So this is the creep. Look at him. Absolutely disgusting. Kennedy pleaded guilty on July 29th to attempting to meet a child following sexual grooming. On Monday, he was handed a 12-month suspended sentence by a judge at a Wood Green Crown Court. 12 months, suspended sentence. But yet they're jailing people in the UK for saying things on Facebook that I don't agree with, jailing elderly people. But yet, nah, this guy gets a 12-month suspended sentence. Oh, and get this, he's allowed to still practice. Oh, boy. The world is just mental. Although he was spared jail, he was sacked by Tavistock. Well, imagine if they had kept him. Oh, we're going to keep you on board. He did the wrong thing, but keep you on board. No. Obviously, they're going to sack him because they don't want to be part of that. But still, they're chopping up and mutilating young kids. Like, he would have been still the perfect person to join or still be there, because you guys are just as despicable and twisted. However, the Mail can reveal that despite his conviction for child you-know-what offences, Dr. Kennedy has not been suspended by the regulator, which oversees his profession. Anyone wishing to hire him to treat vulnerable children would find that, according to the website of the Health and Care Professions Council, he remains registered to practice without any conditions. So he should be a registered you-know-what offender, but he's still able to practice. How about that? You're still able to have access to your kid. Because we all know that the regulator, whatever you want to use, of the psychologists probably are a bunch of sick, twisted, you-know-whats as well. It is the council's job to keep the public safe from rogue psychologists and actual you-know-whats. At the Tavistock, Dr. Kennedy specialised in treating children and adolescents with mental health issues known as CAMHS services. In other words, I'm going to let you transition because I want you to. Because that's my profession, man. It's my professional opinion that if you think you're something you're not, you can be transitioned at the Tavistock Clinic. Jeez. According to his profile on LinkedIn, he was the lead and highly specialist service psychologist at the trust. It is understood he did not treat patients at the hospital's controversial gender clinic, but he's still part of Tavistock, man. So they would have worked hand in hand. On June 1st, he made contact with a youngster on the gay dating app Grindr. His Crown Court sentencing hearing was told. Prosecutor Paul Fairley said Kennedy believed he was in contact with a 15-year-old boy and was unaware that a decoy profile had been set up. That still doesn't make it right. And was in fact speaking to an older person. That's always their excuse. I didn't know. I thought I was speaking to an older person, but when you met him, like, that wouldn't have sparked alarm bells, man. Oh, I met you. You said you're 15. I don't care. You look older. I'm going to go with that. The pair exchanged numbers, and the conversation, which quickly turned, you know what, continued on WhatsApp. Yeah, because it's encrypted. They had talked about having, you know what, in a local park, and 5 days later, the pair met up and ate together in the Nando's in Southgate, North London. Before long, the teenager's friends, who were members of a vigilante group, surrounded Kennedy until police arrived to arrest him. Good on this vigilante group. Sentencing Kennedy recorder David Osborne told him the boy had made it clear in the first conversation he was 15 years old. Still, I'm going to go plausible deniability. I completely forgot the kid was 15 years old, Judge. The judge said, you established he was inexperienced. It's not just the fact that he's inexperienced, you stupid judge. It's the fact that he's 15 years old, mate. And there was a discussion of having, you know what, in a local park. You agreed to meet with the intention of having, you know what, relations afterwards. This judge is stupid. Anyway, Mr. Manby said Kennedy had previously had therapy, having struggled with his own mental health, and was undergoing further treatment. Yeah, nothing says, oh, I've got mental health issues and going after a young 15-year-old kid. You're evil. You're despicable. You're a vile individual. You've gone from being human after that. Kennedy was also ordered to carry out 150 days of unpaid work, as well as complete 35 sessions of a, you know what, offenders rehabilitation course. Like, that's going to help. Lock him up. Put him on the registry, for goodness sake. What is wrong with the London court? Much rather put a elderly woman in prison for 20 months, but yet this guy walks free. That's not justice, man. That is not justice at all. It's no wonder why these creepos wander the streets, because there is no justice over in the UK. I think similar thing would actually happen here in Australia. Anyway, that's enough from me. You guys take care. You be blessed, and I'll see you all in the next video.